Hey guys, and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be giving you 5 looks, 1 palette with the brand new JEFFREE Star Banana Fetish palette. I do have some thoughts and opinions on this, which I will get into. First, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, it would mean so much. And don't forget to check out my farm channel. I will have that linked below, and I cannot wait to upload my video over on that channel of my 14 baby pigs. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the video. I want to explain to you first my thoughts and opinions on the palette and then give you all of the looks that I created today. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first off, this is the outer packaging. You guys, of course, know this actually was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Like, here's my iPhone 12 Max, Pro Max? What is this even called? I don't know. This is my iPhone 12 Pro Max. That's what it's called. So this is the palette. It was actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, but pretty happy about the size. This is actually super cute. You know, I was a lot more excited about this palette seeing it on the internet than in person. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous, but there's just a lot of colors here that are very similar that I think could have been done without and interchanging it for other colors. Let me go ahead and explain real quick. Like, you know what, I'm just gonna swatch them because I feel like the swatches in person are different than the swatches online. So let me go ahead and swatch these for you guys, and then I will explain my thoughts on the colors. Okay, so I turned my lighting down so you could see the yellow shades a little bit better. So we have my peeps here, cream pie, just the tip, how do you peel, banana fetish, and then we have morning after. So these are basically the more yellow tones in the palette, and they are very different on the arm, but on the lid they do seem very similar. This one is barely noticeable, so it's kind of like a overall lay down shade, or, you know, buff out the color in the corner. This one is actually pretty nice, but I feel like it's almost kind of the same as this one on the lid. This one is the most standout shade to me, just the tip. And then these two here, banana fetish and morning after, honestly, they kind of look very similar, even though banana fetish is this bright yellow and morning after is a much more muted. Like, these two don't look anything the same, but on the arm they look pretty similar. The only way to get the tones to be truly different is if you put a white base down on all of your looks. I did not do that in this video, so I just want you guys to see, you know, how these looks come out with just my basic MAC paint pot in Painterly, and, you know, just the average. Like, this is what they're gonna do average. I would suggest playing with this palette and using a pure white concealer or a pure white liquid lip just to put the base down to make these colors much more unique in their own. But this is just my first impressions of the palette and the looks that it came out with. Yeah, so these are all the yellow tones. Not too impressed. I just feel like they just are very similar, and they basically look almost the same on the eye, which was just a little disappointing in my opinion. My personal taste, I wanted them to be, you know, so much more of like their own color, if you know what I mean. So now I want to talk about the shimmer shades. We only have 4. So this first one is G-Spot, then we have Star Split, Vitamin P, and Never Bitter. Honestly, I absolutely adore the heck out of the shimmers. They are the best thing out of the palette. I think these two are very similar. One's much more silver, one's much more golden, but on the eye they almost kind of look the same. But honestly, the shimmers make the palette like the best. They're very chunky, and they do have fallout. Like, I have it on my hand right now, or my arm, and like I'm touching it and it's just falling down. but just use a glitter glue and that will help that problem. But I do really like the shimmers in this palette. They're very pretty and very vibrant for sure. Okay, so here's all of the more brown tones, except for Hammock is much more of like a yellow tone, but I just kind of grouped it in this category of like the more brown tones. Now this looks like a beautiful fall mix of colors, so I think that's what makes the palette very diverse for, you know, spring, summer, winter, and fall, because you do have these colors here. This is Certified Organic, Size Queen, Hammock, Sunday Service, Pounding Cake, and Don't Choke. I love all of these colors. I did have a little bit of a problem blending, and then I don't really know if it's going to show up on camera, but in person versus the viewfinder, I was seeing patchiness on camera, but I was not seeing that in person. So I was seeing kind of where my lid is hooded, I was seeing it very light and then darker around it, but I think that might have just been the angle and the lighting, because in person I wasn't seeing that, but I was seeing that along the viewfinder. So if that shows up like that in the video, I just want you guys to know that I'm not sure what like lighting was going on or whatnot, but or if it's just like the shadow, but nothing seemed like super unblended in person. It was just on the viewfinder, so I wanted to note that. I thought that was really weird, but I don't know. But I did have a little bit of difficulty with the blending of the darker shades. With the yellows, I feel like they didn't mix super well together, but this is one of those like pigment palettes where you really just want to play with the colors on their own with base and build them up in their own separate area and connect them. But that's just my experience that I've had with kind of these types of pastel yellows, dark colors, bringing them together. They don't play too well together like they're best friends, more like just acquaintances that they need, like, you know, that other buffer to, you know, really join them together. Like, you have a friend, and you have a friend. This person's friends with these two. These don't know each other. This is your white base, and you need a white base to really help marry them all together. So when I play with this palette again, I'll give you an update on the white base, but just as like an average consumer who might not have a white base, who might not have a pure white concealer or something like that, I don't really know even if a white shadow would help. I think it just needs a nice white base for them to go on in their own separate sections. But I do think that these looks came out pretty good as someone who was not using a white base. So let me know your thoughts on that. And then the only other colors left to swatch and talk about is this blue shade right here, as well as this pink shade. I think that a lot of people were upset that there were pops of color. I'm not upset with that. I see how this palette needed a break, a pop, and with my looks I did a blue inner corner. I was like, do I do blue or do I do pink? And I think that either inner corner with it being blue or pink is a great option, so I just went with blue. And then like a nice yellow look, brown look with blue or pink on the lower lash line all the way across would be a really cool look. My only complaint is the pink shade. I noticed right away using it that it's one of those really pop-in pink colors that are beautiful within first application, but give it a few minutes and it starts getting very dull and muddy looking. So white base for sure with that pop of color is a must, or it's gonna be muddy and dull. I didn't see that problem with the blue. It was very vibrant the whole time. So if you add the pink and you start to blend and add other colors, it is going to mud it out very quickly. I'm blending, and even though it looks very vibrant on camera, in person it's already muting out. So just a white base is very much key for this palette. I know I'm like repeating myself over and over again, but I just can't stress enough how much more you'll enjoy this palette if you do have a white base down. But again, I just wanted to do it, you know, average. I'm not a makeup artist. This is just your average eye looks without a white base, and I do think that they came out pretty good. The lighting was just really weird and I don't understand why, but I'm gonna go ahead and play all the looks that I did. You guys judge for yourself Do you like the looks that I created? Do you think I should, you know, do some more? Give you guys an update with a white base and stuff like that. Let me know down in the comments which look was your favorite. Do you feel like recreating any? Did I do a good job? I feel like playing with color for me is really hard, and when I saw this palette I was super excited to put all these different colors together and create looks, and honestly I didn't have the best time just because I'm not good with color and, you know, being much more of an artistry makeup doer, just your average like put things on. So yeah, I tried to play around and have as much fun as I could, but yeah, some of the looks did come out very similar like my last two, even though I use completely different shades, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, I hope that you enjoy watching my looks, and thank you so much for watching. Let's get on with the looks. Okay, so that is all my looks. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!